I hope it's Fievel and he just stands over him and helps the succubus beat the shit out of
Do you think the succubus is gonna beat the shit out of him now? She's gonna suck the fucking life out of him.
You're gonna suck something, alright.
Not what you want.
I hope it's my butt.
Is that how you think that works?
Yeah.
Well, then you're gonna be unpleasantly surprised, my friend, because it's about to get way worse than that. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dicey D20. My name is Noah, Dungeon Master, and I am joined here by our players. The feature presentation of our downtime in the fourth installment of his little quest.
Because he's always got to make it about him. Oh my god.
Yeah. You can say I'm the most important because I have an extra episode.
That's rich coming from you, Tyson McKay. You're pretty...
What? I've never once made any episode about me.
It's like the pot calling the kettle black or whatever that saying is.
That's racist.
Okay, I don't know if it's racist, but... I mean, it's certainly a little bit... I mean, it's not very...
BuzzFeed, get in here.
We have Rogar Ragnak. Feature presentation of the downtime.
I'm down. I need help. Everyone help me, please.
Sending positive thoughts and prayers your way.
Tyson's thinking about you.
We are also joined by Tyson McKay.
Hello.
Yeah, and Fievel Mousentrouve.
Yo. Yo,
right,
eh?
Yeah,
Is that your hip slang?
Yeah.
Yo.
Instead of saying hi, just say yo to everyone.
Yo, yo.
Listeners.
And then they don't know whether you're talking about the yo-yos or saying hi to them.
Dude, I don't know. I don't think yo-yos are a thing anymore. Are they?
Every 90s kids will remember this.
Man, you can work for BuzzFeed, dude. Okay.
Guys, I'm quitting. I was bringing BuzzFeed up because of this.
Obviously didn't see the episode of Recess where Gretchen Grundler is a fucking master yo-yo person. Remember she walks
we
the
obviously
dog.
missed that, yeah.
Walks the dog.
Yeah.
I remember
She yo-yos her shoes and it looks like she's walking the dog. Fucking took my breath away.
Okay, let's get started.
These tangents.
So as Rogar Ragnak so aptly pointed out, he's currently down and needing help.
Please.
Where we left off, ladies and gentlemen, Rogar Ragnak he busted his way through the gate to the estate of a one Sebastian Bardis, the heir and kind of the now head of the Bardis fortune and family. They're a very wealthy mining family. He was on the hot trail of a succubus, and when he entered, obviously kind of confronted her. After some long deliberation, they sat down, had a drink. He asked Peepers, the the butler, if he could
Pebbles?
speak with him in private. His name is Peepers, man.
Peppers.
And after speaking in private, he had Peepers kind of distract Bardis. At that point, he then engaged with the succubus in a pretty sexually charged fight.
Yeah,
you know,
there's just tackling going on everywhere, and we just flipping it over and over again.
Rogar was rock hard all game.
This made things awkward.
I could feel it across the table.
Well, if you thought it was awkward during the fight, it's certainly more awkward now, as the succubus Namora, her pale skin, dark eyes, sharp and fanged-like teeth, with her wings still outstretched. They are torn slightly, as Rogar Ragnak kind of grew claws and then mauled her. Her right arm is somewhat limp, as it's been attacked critically by Rogar, but she leans over his body. Rogar's breathing shallow.
That's the opposite of shallow.
Okay, so Namora looks to Rogar Ragnak and she says, "Are you ready?"
This is my first time.
I'm a virgin.
I dare you to say I'm a virgin.
No, I'm not gonna say that.
No one says I'm a virgin.
No, that's embarrassing.
You know what I'll say? I'm ready for whatever it is, as I'm dying for a good cause.
She said, "Your death will be in vain. I'll have what I came for."
Okay.
Man, you do such a good job of driving the plot forward, I'll tell you that right now. You know, most characters, you know, they hear what I say, they're like, oh, I'm not, no, but you, man, you're on a whole nother level.
What's next?
She begins to lean close to your lips, and you can feel her draining kiss about to begin as her lips begin to touch yours, softly at first, as
Can
you
I do
begin to
anything
feel
resist?
you're down, so you really can't take any actions or do anything.
Can I
Can he
spit in
use
her
tongue?
face?
Can he use tongue?
Yeah, he just open mouth just starts his tongue wildly flailing all over.
This was my plan all along.
Wait,
First
since I can
base,
spit
second
acid,
base, third base, fourth
Wouldn't it-
base.
wouldn't it damage her since she's kissing me because I have acid in my
Have
mouth?
you already used your acid today? Your mouth isn't just constantly doused in acid, if that's what you mean.
I thought
Wow.
it was.
Boy, was I misled.
Yeah,
Wow,
I was misled
disappointment,
big
yeah.
time.
She begins, and you can feel your life force beginning to fade before suddenly there's a loud bang, and her head snaps up and she looks towards the entranceway to
It's Orin, I knew it.
She literally
looks towards the entrance to this parlor room that you're in, standing on the last few steps of the very large banister and staircase, which kind of extends to the top floor. There is a man standing in a full set of shining armor.
Tyson McKay steps down.
He has a very large halberd with a pointed tip.
Oh, better be that Orin.
And this armor looks, even by the standards of Norian and the world that you're in, it looks like it's from a different era, so somewhat older. And quite shiny. It doesn't look like it's really been used at all. It looks like it's in immaculate shape. The voice from underneath the helm is somewhat muffled as he says, "Get off of him, you whore!" And his knight begins to run towards at blinding
blacksmith?
speed. Okay,
I don't
it's
think
now
so.
initiatives. The knight with a 16 plus 1, but Nomura with a 4 plus 3 between now initiatives between this succubus and this knight in shining armor. So that means the
Get me
knight's
up,
going to
get
get
me
to
up,
go
get me up.
first. The knight is currently 35. Yes, currently 35 feet away. So with his movement speed, he's actually able to get to her and attack with the halberd. So as she kind of is in the process of standing up from your lifeless body, he thrusts forward into her stomach with his very long halberd with a nat
ribs.
20.
Oh my god.
With
This
a
guy's
nat
way
20,
better than you.
He's a vet, okay?
Man, I wanted him to do well, but with a nat 20, he stabs through Nomura's stomach and she lets out like a gasp, like a as she's struck. Yeah, you like that sound effect? It's pretty fucking good, I thought.
You like that, Nomura?
Okay, he is two-handing it, so we are going to be rolling a d10 here
Oh boy.
with an 8
Oh my
Okay.
god.
plus his proficiency. Well, actually, has no proficiency, believe it or not. So
Wow.
it's just 8 times 2. Ooh. So Nomura takes
Wow.
16 damage, and the halberd is ripped back. Some black blood just spilling from her stomach. She
On
kind
my
of
face.
grasps it with her good hand, but she now realizes that she has this whole new entire fight to fight here. So she quickly lunges and tries to slash at the knight's armor. So we're going to roll a d20 for that with an 8 plus
she
5. 8 plus
sucks.
5. That is not enough to penetrate the armor, though her nails do rake against it. Rogar Ragnak, I'm going to need you to roll me a death saving throw, please.
Dun dun. Dun dun. Dun,
That's a 10.
Okay, awesome. So you are one step closer to life, my friend.
Woo!
Don't go towards the light this time.
The knight responds in kind. He kind of, and now that you kind of watch it a little bit more, Rogar, he looks almost clumsy with this, as though he was super lucky with the first strike, because he kind of like whips it overhead and then tries to like lasso strike her with the halberd. I mean, it's a long reach weapon, so it's not exactly a bad tactic. Just it doesn't look like he's used to doing this. With a 12 plus no proficiency, your boy is definitely not hitting as Nomura easily sidesteps it, and she returns in kind with a slash.
You know what happens, okay?
This time with an 18 plus 5, she lands a strike in the crease of the elbow where the armor doesn't exactly cover, and you hear this voice go, "Oh, golly dosh!"
Who is this guy?
Tyson wouldn't say that. I don't think it's Tyson.
Alright,
Is it
so
Fievel?
this knight in shining armor takes 5 slashing damage. And
He's down.
He's completely down. No, we're gonna need Rogar Ragnak to roll a death saving throw
Dun
here.
dun.
It's a 10 again. Let's go.
Wow.
Okay, one step closer to life, my friend.
Really riding the line.
I was about to say, yeah, really threading the needle on what he exactly needs on these rolls. Okay, another stab towards Nomura's chest from the knight in shining armor, this time with a 16 plus 0. He does land the hit barely.
My man.
And this time with a 10 on his damage, he will land 10 damage.
Gosh darn golly gee.
Yeah. Golly gee, I hit her.
Is it peepers?
I hope so. He's
Okay.
some badass knight butler.
Nomura is going to strike back with another slash. With a 17 plus 5, she lands another strike, this time
girl.
in the upper collarbone, and she will be doing 8 damage.
Damn.
Death saving throw, please, Rogar Ragnak.
Let's go. That's a 20, not 20.
Holy shit.
All right, Rogar Ragnak, you are up and you have 1 health point. Your death
Yes.
saving throw was your action, so you cannot do anything this turn. If you'd like to just kind of play dead for another turn, probably a smart move.
Sure, I'll play dead.
All right, the knight in shining armor, wielding the halberd, is going to go in for another strike. This time with an 8, he is unsuccessful in landing a hit on Nomura, who viciously attacks with a slash, but with a 4 plus 5, a 9, she is not able to penetrate that armor, bringing us to Rogar Ragnak.
No penetration.
I'm gonna heal myself.
Oh my god, be more of a girl about it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little bit disappointed.
3, so that's 5 health back right there.
Good
Well,
job.
6 technically.
6.
Our knight isn't given up yet, though he does look exhausted at this point. So he's actually going to be rolling at disadvantage, because you can just see he's kind of out of breath, and it's not like he's
Damn,
really used to
already.
doing this
Help
kind of... Okay, with a nat 1.
Oh god.
Okay,
He
Nomura
cleaves your
actually-
leg off.
I just got back up.
Nomura he tries to cleave at her with the halberd, but Nomura grabs it mid-air, okay, and then grabs him by the throat and kind of begins to like crush the small collar bit of the medieval armor that he has on, and you can hear him kind of gasping for breath. It's now her turn, so she is going to
God.
slash deeply, but unfortunately she
Yes.
is unable to do that, even with advantage. So she's just kind of holding him in place. You can hear him kind of gasping for breath. It is now Rogar Ragnak's turn.
I get up and go to stab her.
With what?
My claws.
I don't know if your claws would still be there after you went down. I think you would have kind of reverted.
Yeah, I think it's been 8 turns. 7 turns. Whatever. Or you could just tackle her.
You're 8
Yeah, I
feet
could
from
tackle
her.
her. Yeah, I'm gonna go up and tackle her.
Okay, roll me a strength check, please.
So 14 plus 5.
Yeah, you could have
No.
pretty much almost done anything because she rolled a 2. So you tackle her out of the way, and the knight kind of brings his hands up to his throat. You know, obviously being choked out a little bit there, just gasping for breath.
Turns him on.
Tackled Nomura to the side, and you guys are both tumbling to the ground. It is now the knight's turn, though, but he's just going to fall to his knees, kind of exhausted and trying to gasp for breath. He starts to
Stop
kind of
on her,
like
stop on her.
pull the collar away from the armor that he's wearing, bringing us to Nomura, who is going to savagely try and slash you. Oh no, well she can't because she's grappled.
Yeah,
she's
it's
gonna try and grapple out of it. So if you could roll me a strength check, that would be fantastic.
16 plus 5, let's go.
Okay, well with a 7 minus 1, she does not get out of the grapple.
Hold her!
What would you like to do?
Can I like Sacred Flame her, like blast her in the face?
Well, you're grappled with her.
Dude, literally had this conversation last
Yeah, I
time.
think we had this last time. I'm surprised that you you don't remember any of it. I guess you were stressed last session.
Yeah, it was very
Just
stressed.
slam her against the ground.
Can I like headbutt her?
Can
Yeah, you can headbutt her.
Oh,
I'll
okay.
allow that.
I'm gonna go for a headbutt then.
A bit unorthodox, but I like it.
So 14 plus 5.
Oh
Right,
shit.
so you headbutt her, and her head kind of slams against the wooden floor. Can you roll me for damage? I don't even know what I'd do for a headbutt. To be honest, part of me wants to just go like coin toss, 50-50, 1 or 2.
So yeah, that's a 1.
So you do 1 damage, kind of bashing her in the head.
Boom.
I like that.
Okay. It is now the knight's turn, he staggers to his feet,
Stagger.
grabbing
get you
at
your
the
spear.
halberd, and he grabs the halberd from the ground and slowly begins to like stumble towards where you two are.
Oh god.
Can I tell him to grab my spear?
No, he's already got his halberd, man.
Damn it.
He's pretty he's set on doing this.
Stab her, kill her, finish her, please.
Well, he picked up his halberd on his turn, so he can't. Namora is going to try and wrestle with you to try and pin you down so she can do her draining kiss. Can you please roll me a strength check?
It's a 17 plus 5. Holy, the rolls are good.
Okay, even her 18 minus 1 does not beat that. So
close.
she's unable to get out from underneath you. Kind of heavy, right? Even though she's pretty strong. It is now your turn. What would you like to do?
Guess I'll go for another headbutt. Don't really have a
Or
mark.
could you like roll her over so that he can have a better hit at her, like advantage?
That would be smart.
Okay, I guess I'll do that.
And then you don't have
have
to do
to.
that.
I was
You
just
can do whatever
explaining.
you want.
Well, I mean, how hard can it be to stab her in the face if I'm holding her down?
Start eating
Because
her
you're
hair.
over top of her, you dumb fuck. What do you mean?
I guess, but like, my head's not blocking her head. Like, I could just
No.
lean back a bit and he could stab her.
Do you know how grappling works? Okay, you know what? Yeah, I mean, that's fine too. I guess, like, you could kind of move back and he could, like...
It's like a halberd, right?
Yeah, like, I picture him... I mean, he is coming towards your feet, right? He's not on the other side of you, so you'd have to kind of walk all the way around and then stab her in the head. But he could
He
do
doesn't
that.
seem stable with this thing. That's my point.
Okay, I'll flip her over.
So roll me a strength check, please. This will be a grapple.
It's a 9 plus 5.
Yeah, so enough to beat her 14 minus 1.
Nice.
Perfect.
So you pull her over, okay, and she is currently on top of you. She seems a little confused as to why you're getting her in this position, right? Because obviously this is advantageous for her, because I
Love,
mean she can
baby.
do her she can do her draining kiss. Our knight in shining armor is going to add advantage, strike down with his halberd. Nice. And with a 17
yes.
plus
Oh,
0
God.
on the proficiency, he stabs through her chest. You can actually see the spike of the halberd pierce down and through her.
Oh, God.
And like it stops inches from your own chest and your own armor.
That's why I was scared.
First of all, I would like to congratulate you on defeating the succubus. You gain
Yes.
1,100 experience points.
Oh my god. That's it?
So, Namora's eyes go wide. Shocked, she falls limp on top of you. Not with enough force for the halberd, obviously, to do you any damage. You are wearing armor. And you kind of like peer out from underneath her hair and her body. And the knight pulls his armor off. It is indeed Peepers,
Yeah.
Butler.
Oh my god.
Now you
He
grab
says-
him and you say, "She was about to kiss me, you piece of shit."
He says,
Peppers.
"There will be no succubus in my house. Not on
Oh
my
my-
watch."
God, you beautiful man.
So he looks to you, he pushes the halberd to the side, kind of moving Namora's body off you, and he thrusts his hand forward and he says, "No, you're the beautiful man."
Wow, you get the ladies and the guys.
Wow.
Look at you go.
She's like, what happened to Sebastian?
I shake his hand and I say,
Well, he's
I'm
pulling
glad-
you up.
Yeah.
oh, well,
Thank you.
yeah, I'll let him pull me up. I thank him for saving my life.
He says, No, my family has served with great distinction in the Bardus home for generations. And you have kept me in a job. It was the least I could do."
Wow.
Wow.
All right.
You're welcome then.
Yeah. Well, I already thanked him.
You're welcome for saving me.
Say perhaps we should wake up Sir Bardus from his nap.
Okay, so he looks over to Sir Bardus, who's currently passed out on the floor from when you struck him with your shield. He goes, "It might be best if you take off. I'm not saying he won't be thankful, but he certainly won't be thankful right now."
Okay. I thank him again. I say we should meet up again and go out for on an adventure or
We should have coffee
yeah,
sometime.
that too.
Now you listen here, Knight of the New Moon. I am no adventurer, just a man protecting his home.
I say, well, I'll make sure that the people of Ryberry know who has helped me slain the beast. I'm
Okay,
gonna
well-
pick up her body
Mm-hmm.
and grab my spear and my shield as well.
So you throw your shield on your back, or I guess you can kind of hold your shield, but you can throw your spear on your back and then kind of have firemen's carry her out of there.
Yeah.
But regardless, the last thing, so Peepers did say, "I wonder why she was here."
I tell him on the way out, I say,
Should have let you die.
I'm not sure, but I'm glad it's one less thing we have to worry about.
Well, we should meet again. And certainly once Sir Bardis has come to his senses, I'm sure he will invite you to the home, or perhaps a dinner of some sort.
Another dinner?
What? You didn't have a one dinner.
Yeah, you didn't have one. You had drinks. Oh my gosh, they really do. Would it kill anyone to play a smart character for
It's not part of my role, okay?
Okay, so you have her body over your shoulder, and you are now standing at the doorway. Peepers thrusts the door open, and he says, "Until next time, great night."
Fix your gate.
Yeah, if you had fixed your gate, you wouldn't have a succubus problem.
Gates keep them out.
I shake his hand, I say, until next time.
All right, so you've made a friend of Peepers, who is the butler, the head butler, I should say, at the Bardis Estates. You head out into the night, and for everyone except for Rogar Ragnak, just an interesting little bit of scenery. Right after Peepers says, "I wonder what she was here for," and your boy says, "I wonder too," and maybe we won't have to worry about it anymore, our camera angle pans out to a small room, what looks like a study inside the mansion, the Bardis Estate. And on one of the shelves, amongst other types of antiquities, tribal masks from various lands, different books of very old editions, there's a small golden box, and kind of a hum emanates from it before we move on and back.
Tyson runs there.
No, you can't go back because you don't know. Because you didn't look
Let me
into
in. There's no gate. I'm getting in here.
I'm gonna have to break another gate.
I haven't done my downtime.
You
I
can't
can just say
act
I wanna
on
go
this.
Fievel's downtime is going to
Going to see Keepers.
None of you can act on it because you don't know. It was just a little interesting bit of information for our listeners who are super keen into the lore. So you're walking off into the distance?
Yep.
Yeah, just disappoint me, Noah.
You know what?
I mean, I'd like to
Tyson
turn
McKay,
back.
in confidence, I'll tell you what it's all about, okay? Would that make you happy? So, heading back in the night, the crickets chirping in the countryside, you head back to Ryberry.
Cricket.
And thanks, man. Yeah, if I could have Tyson McKay roleplay the crickets, please, that would be fantastic.
Cricket. Cricket.
Okay. I think that's more than enough.
Oh god, there's a mouse!
Mouse. Mouse. I just say the animal name.
Head to Ryberry, and you are currently at the gates of the city. But it is still dark, still nighttime, and there are the two guards
Oh god, not these
who
idiots.
are standing atop the battlements, right? So they're little towers on either side of the gate. As you approach, the first guard, role played by Fievel Mousentrouve, says,
Who's gonna refill this flagon?
I thought you were French.
Yeah, you're French.
okay. So then our second guard says to Rogar Ragnak,
Well, first I turn to Travis 4 and I say, I don't think you should be drinking on the job, man.
What? I was unaware of this.
I don't know what my wife sees in you. Who goes there?
Hey, yeah, who's that? Is that a body on his shoulder?
God, let me talk.
Who's
please.
dead?
I tell him, remember that head you wanted from the succubus?
I don't know if Travis 4 remembers anything. He's pretty drunk right now.
Well, how about you?
I just don't care.
So we made an agreement on getting a head of a succubus, and now I have the body, and you don't want it now.
I mean, now that it's here, it's kind of gross and it smells.
Can you let me in? I need to talk to the knights, please.
Leave
is the
that
head-
trash outside.
Is the head still attached to the body?
Yes.
Well, we're going to need you to...
carry the whole body.
I told you I would need to bring the body back to
need
the
you-
Knights of the New Moon first, and then I'd give you the head.
Oh, boy.
We shook on it.
Shook what? My dick?
Sure.
No, that was my wife.
Yeah, I was about to make a wife joke, but I wanted to leave it for you.
Well, I mean, we'll have to cover it up a little bit. You can't just go crawling through the streets, scare all the poor homeless.
Yeah. We'll have to escort you there.
Okay. Sounds good.
So they open the gate for you, and you come inside, And these two guards are just gonna, I guess, abandon their posts and walk you to the Knights of the New Moon.
Jordan, watch the door. We're escorting this Knight of the New Moon over to the headquarters with this body.
Okay, so the knight named Jordan says, "Okay," and he takes watch. Yeah,
Man, a few words, that one.
I love that you call him Jordan. What a name. Okay, not exactly the
Michael
the name
is
I
his
would have
first
picked,
name.
but-
Michael Jordan.
Okay, so Michael Jordan is currently watching the gates to the city as the guard whose wife is sleeping with the other guard, and the guard who's sleeping with his wife. I don't know
They
if
call
there-
me
there's
Sir Cuculus.
probably a better way of saying that, but you guys are headed to the Knights of the New Moon. Okay, so walking through the city streets, it takes you no more than a few minutes, especially considering there's not many people out and about on the streets. And you walk through the streets. Anything that you guys would like to converse about? Would you like to say on your way there?
So where'd you get that body?
I tell him from the Bardis estate.
Bardis, eh? The mining guy.
Yeah. He was about to marry the succubus, believe it or not.
Oh, so you killed her, eh?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
The body seems pretty mangled. Into necrophilia, you know? Is that what happened here?
Trapeze 4, we're not always all into your kinky ways, okay?
Oh, of course, yes.
I'd be worried about your wife if he's into necrophilia.
Yeah.
Hey, you worry about your wife, I'll worry about mine, okay?
Okay, all right.
Yeah, don't tell him what to do. He's a brave man.
Yeah.
Okay,
They let me watch sometimes.
Okay, so our drunk guards are now breaking the fourth wall and speaking to the DM directly. I love it. Okay. All right, so it's no more than a few minutes later that you guys arrive at the headquarters of the Knights of the New Moon. Walking up the wooden steps, Rogar Ragnak turns back to say his final words to the guards.
Farewell, guards.
These better not be your final words. I still want that head. And I'm not talking about sex.
I say I'll return with the head once I'm done.
All right. You can meet us at the gate tonight.
I don't know if it'll be tonight, but
I just throw up. Please.
Can you roll me a Constitution check, please?
Me?
Yeah, of course. I'm asking you to throw up.
Sorry, I'm drunk.
who hired these guards?
It's 13.
I mean, yeah, I guess you're intoxicated. You don't throw up. You can make yourself throw up, but you just don't, you don't throw up naturally.
I call the other guard over. Hey, I need a little help. Gotta get this ale out.
I'm gonna walk in the building.
No,
and
you
this is
watch
happening.
this. Watch this. This is a good trick.
We'll see you later, Brightlord.
I walk into
Dragonborn.
You begin to walk away as you hear the one guard giving instructions to the other on how to help him throw up.
Here, take my finger.
The words that you hear from him are,
Take off your boot. Put it near my nose. That should do the trick.
okay, so you open the door to the Knights of the New Moon headquarters and close it to the image of the one guard sticking a boot in the other one's face. to make
Who
him throw
hired
up.
these guys? God.
Wait till you meet him.
The mayor's got other stuff on his mind right now. Regardless, you are now inside the headquarters to the Knights of the New Moon. Approaching you is the daughter of Wolfhelm with her red crimsonish hair. Irina looks to you and says, "So we're just bringing in trash now, are we?"
What'd you call me?
You're not there.
I was gonna say something mean, but
I'm outside the window.
I tell her define what trash is, because this is a succubus.
I would pretty much call succubus trash, yes.
Well, I needed to prove that I killed the succubus to everyone here.
It's early, but Wolfhelm will no doubt want to see this. Wait
Okay.
here. So, Irina turns and walks, her grayish cloak with like a steel-colored trim, kind of the interior of it crimson, kind of billowing as she walks away. A few minutes go by before Wolfhelm, followed by Irina, followed by Wilmond, followed by Groban and other elite members of the Knights of the New Moon. They all walk following Wolfhelm, and they all kind of line up with Wolfhelm at the center of that very large table. Wolfhelm raises his hand and beckons for you to approach.
And then they happy circle you to just start shoving you around.
No, please.
Welcome to initiation.
I kind of limp over as I'm injured.
Ooh,
my
yeah.
God.
Kind of hamming it up, eh?
Sell it a little bit, eh?
Look how hard I bled for you.
Groban doesn't deal with that shit.
It is Wilmond who grabs kind of like a black cloth and lays it out on the table and gestures for you to place the succubus there.
I place it there.
Place her face up, face down.
Ass up.
Oh, God. You know what? Actually, you're all about women, aren't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus 1 inspiration point. You're playing your character.
Heck yeah.
But are you actually placing her ass up, or are you placing her
No,
face up?
I'll place her face up.
Okay. So Wilmond takes what looks to be a thin metal rod, and he pulls the upper lip back, revealing the fang teeth of the succubus. He kind of opens one of her eyelids, revealing a very, very black pupil and obviously the iris. Kind of inspecting further, he, using his fingers, very delicately extends the wings and takes note of them, letting go and then kind of wiping his hands off on his pant leg. He looks to Wolfhelm and he says, "It's a succubus, all right."
High five.
Wolfhelm looks to everyone else, who kind of like nods in approval, and he says, "Tell us the story."
Oh god, it's a long one. I hope you're ready.
We are.
Does he want to know like the whole story or just the fighting part?
Oh my god. Only you could make this boring. Look, you just have to imagine that you're telling the guys, you want to join their club, right? You want to be seen as courageous. Everyone's got a story as to how they came into the Knights of the New Moon. This story is important, man.
Well, 1 minute
If you
I was
don't make
there.
it sound dope, they're gonna
the
be
other
like,
minute I was there, and we're doing backflips and shit. It was sexy as hell.
so you're gonna tell your story, and then you're gonna roll me a d20, okay?
Okay.
You take your time.
Well, it started off with me investigating with the homeless people, finding information about the succubus and learning details about it. As I found out more information, I traveled to the Bardis estate, if you're familiar with it.
They all nod along. They're listening intently at your story.
And with the information I gathered, I found Namora in Sir Bardis's estate, and I confronted her there, and with a little bit of help, I gotta tell the truth, right? Yeah. With a little bit of help, I did it all myself. I was able to kill the beast, and it was one hell of a fight.
So, Wolfhelm now turns and looks to the member who's standing kind of on the... He's kind of like standing on the edge of the group here, because they're all in a line, right? It's Wilmond, who looks and says, "Oh, that's impressive. She was definitely powerful, and she was in her full form as well. Not hidden, so she definitely warned him dead. He gets a yes from me."
I'm in.
Don't listen to the nerd.
No, well, hold on now. He's asking kind of the elite members what they think about you, right? He then turns his glance to the member who's standing to the left. Well, you're right, but the left of Wilmond. It's Groban, the half-orc.
Oh no, he gets a vote.
Not this idiot.
Little Bratwurst, you did well, you know? I fought one of those when I was 7, and it was a hard battle. Look at this scar on my chest. Just barely healed over, but, you know, I still remember that fight, and for that, I approve of you coming to this guild.
I nod to him and I say, I've also got a matching scar on my face.
Very pretty.
Okay, so Groban, resounding yes, and definitely did not fight a succubus at age 7, but I mean, who knows?
You don't know that. No one knows his true backstory.
So he then turns his glance to his left, your right, and the member standing on the furthermost from him is Galix, the red dragonborn.
My boy?
Galix looks at you once over and says, "What help did you receive?"
I explained to him, well,
I just believed in myself and I did it.
That would be the Lord and our Savior, Jesus Christ, to help me.
Amen.
Amen.
I look to Galix and I say, well, it was one tough battle, but I couldn't do it by myself. As she was about to kill me, a knight of, butler/knight came to my rescue. Yeah, he came to my rescue and he saved my life, and I owe my life for it.
Galix looks to Wolfhelm, and then he says, "She would have killed you then?"
I would think so, yeah.
Probably.
She's about to give me the last kiss.
Or just a regular kiss.
Or just a regular one.
So Galix looks to Wolfhelm. He says, "He would not have succeeded. It's a no from me."
F you, bro. I should've-
He doesn't want another Dragonborn
I
crowding up
kicked his
face.
ass in the ring, and that's how he thanks me. Like,
Okay, standing to the left of Wolfhelm is Irina, his daughter. She looks you in the eyes for a moment.
Well, you look her in the eye.
and we kiss. It's so magical.
In front of her dad. Yeah. Good idea.
Am I in yet?
We're dating. I get an auto in, right?
I'm gonna take over the family business.
Hey, Dad.
No, so Irina looks you up and down and she says, "What weapon did you use to kill this succubus?"
My fists.
My head, not gonna lie. My spear, my shield, and some magic that I know.
And you did it without an enhanced weapon.
Yep,
A tough battle it must have been.
that it
Wow.
was.
Don't interrupt.
She's not real, Josh. Don't interrupt her, she's beautiful.
She loves me. Arg.
Irina looks to Wolfhelm and says, "I believe he is ready."
Yes, thank you. I feel like I'm on American Idol.
Yeah, right? Walking in from the hallway, which is not very well lit, is Orin. Orin has crosses his arms as he approaches the table and says, as he looks to Wolfhelm, "I told you the boy could do it. I take it your answer is yes then, Orin."
No.
Orin looks to you, Rogar Ragnak, and he says, "You're fucking right it is."
Oh.
Wolfhelm looks at Rogar Ragnak and he extends two hands. In his two hands there is a cloth which is blue and white, and it has silver embroidery of a moon on it. The cloth is, I don't know, no more than 5 or 6 inches in width, but it's nearly 3.5 feet in length. He holds it across the table with the succubus lying on it, and he says, "Welcome to the guild."
I'll take
Let's
it.
go, baby!
You can wipe the sweat and blood off your face and say thank you.
You could have everything but the teeth. I promise the guards.
No, the whole head. We get the whole head. Don't you forget that, Trevis 4.
Okay, so Rogar Ragnak, you are going to gain 1,000 experience points for
my-
joining successfully the Knights of the New Moon.
Wow.
You are now a member, which means that in any town or city with a guild hall for the Knights of the New Moon, or with anyone who is pertaining to that guild, you will always have safe lodging. You will always be able to replenish your supplies, find
Wow.
weapons and equipment in whatever capacity they have, and your title will change, obviously. So you're
Nice.
obviously still Brightlord, and you're still Rogar Ragnak, but you're now Brightlord Rogar Ragnak of the Order of the New Moon, right?
It's too long.
Initiate version.
In addition to that, you are now able to take on quests from the guild whenever they have threats on the fringes of civilization inside the cities, anything relating to monsters, monstrosities, aberrations, right? Fiends, or anything like that. That is their specialty. Wolfhelm looks to you and says, "Rogar, this ceremonial cloth is the one thing which distinguishes you as a Knight of the New Moon. Yes, you will wear our armor, perhaps even bear our shield, but those can be forged and faked. Should one of our members fall and their body not retrieved, someone could easily don that armor and impersonate us. This cloth is the only thing which can guarantee to another one of us that you are indeed a knight of our order.
Wow.
Keep it with you always."
I will. And I shake his hand and I thank him.
He says, "Our doors are fully open to you. Information flows forth. Should you need weapons, armor,
Yes. Yes.
supplies, or anything of the like, you are always welcome here."
Oh my
Awesome.
God.
If your friend Tyson can stay over.
That's a negative.
Slumber party!
Oh my god! I've never had a house this big.
Tyson sets up a drum set with all of the fallen brothers and sisters' shields. Well, congratulations, Rogar Ragnak, on completing your downtime. Super cool stuff, man. Was a little worried for you for a second, but
Me too.
You did it.
I'm still worried about you.
I did it. I barely did it, but I did it.
Yeah, didn't even get all the votes. Is he really in?
Yeah,
That Gaelic
that's
guy
true. You have to
got
get
me.
all the votes or you don't get in.
It is a majority system, right? So, I mean,
Lame.
Damn it.
yeah, so,
Should
I
have
mean,
said no.
Irina was close, man. Irina might not have given him the vote.
Oh, and then what if Groban said no? Oh no.
I mean, I was kind of anticipating Groban would give him a no. Like, he was too small of a bratwurst, didn't really show his bratwurst in this fight. I was expecting a bratwurst-related pun there. But
Would I
it was-
be able to grab armor and weapons, or should I say that for another time?
no, I think we can save that for another time.
Yeah, you got a whole other episode. What else do you want?
Yeah. No, I mean, it wouldn't take too long, but I think it would make more thematic sense at the beginning of like the next episode.
Yeah,
We
that's
still
true.
got Fievel Mousentrouve coming up with some awesome gameplay from his downtime.
Gross.
I'm excited.
I'm
at
excited
the
to play an
beginning-
NPC.
Yeah, at the beginning, yeah, the NPC thing is. I honestly was a little bit concerned about how that was going to go. I didn't know if I should give you guys power like that, but I mean, you've used it somewhat responsibly. I can't really.
Yeah, we
complain.
push the plot along. We just fuck around while we do it.
Yeah, but yeah, weapons, armor, all that kind of stuff can definitely be done in the moments leading up to the next campaign.
Okay.
Perfect.
Cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening to the Dicey D20. It was a pleasure bringing it to you.
And like this downtime, this has gone on too long.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you want to check us out on Twitter or Facebook, just type in Dicey D20 Podcast and you'll find us there. Some funny posts, just some new information if that's coming your way type thing. So if you're kind of looking for that sort of thing, that'll be the place to go. You could also support us on Patreon. If you like what we do and you got some extra moolah kicking around, hey, you know what? Let's go to Patreon and type in Dicey D20 and add us up.
These extra podcasts that Rogar keeps making us do are really setting us back.
I mean, first the guy demands an exorbitant amount of money, then it takes way longer to do it. It's like the world's worst contractor.
I don't understand how he thinks he deserves 800 an episode. Like, Jesus.
That's cheap.
Also, if you or just want to buy some merchandise from the store, that would be at teespring.com/store/Dicey D20 store. And we got some cool t-shirts, mugs. The Tyson McKay t-shirt is the newest thing on there. So Tyson's your favorite and you want to let your friends know, you know what, buy a shirt, buy a mug, show it in their face and be like, yeah, Fievel sucks, but not really. It's actually bastard.
Bastard. It's actually the bastard.
Oh my gosh, this is the best sign-off ever. I love it.
Or maybe a Travis mug, Travis 4. You could be number 5. Put it on the mug. I don't care. No copyrights here.
You don't have trophies.
We should do a Groban series. We should get Groban in there. That would be super
We still
funny.
haven't got Rogar in there yet.
Yeah, maybe the line is like, how big is your bratwurst?
Oh.
That could be good.
Regardless, ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for listening. Whether it was morning, evening, noon, or night, it was a pleasure bringing the Dicey D20 to you. We will see you next time.
Maybe.
No, we're not ending it on maybe.
All background music and audio comes from Tabletop Audio. If you're running your own campaign, visit tabletopaudio.com to find music for any situation.